Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. Live testing and debugging of Lightning Web Components, LWC. Lightning Web Components, LWC, is a modern framework for building user interfaces on the Salesforce platform. It offers a great development experience including features like reactive programming and modular architecture. Testing and debugging LWC components effectively is essential for delivering high-quality applications. 1. Setting up the development environment. Before we start testing and debugging, ensure you have the following set up. Salesforce CLI, make sure you have the Salesforce CLI installed. This allows you to create and manage your Salesforce projects. Visual Studio Code, this is the recommended code editor for Salesforce development. Install the Salesforce extension pack for VS Code. Scratch org, create a Scratch org to deploy and test your LWC components. Bash. sfdxforce org, create sfconfig/project scratchdef.json a myscratch org. sfdxforce source push. sfdxforce org open. 2. Creating a Lightning Web Component. Let's create a simple LWC component that displays user input and a button to submit the input. Create component. Run the following command to create a new LWC component. Bash. sfdxforce lightning component, create type LWC component name user input output dir force app/main/default/LWC. User input.js. JavaScript. Import lightning element, track from LWC. Export default class user input extends lightning element. At track user input equals. At track message equals. Handle input change, event. This dot user input equals event dot target dot value. Handle submit. This dot message equals you entered, $this dot user input. User input dot html. HTML. Template. Lightning card title equals user input example. Div class equals sldsm around _ medium. Lightning input label equals enter something value equals user input on change equals handle input change / lightning input. Lightning button label equals submit on click equals handle submit / lightning button. P message / p / div / lightning card / template. 3. Live testing of LWC. To test the component live, you can add it to a Lightning app or Lightning page. Here's how to do it. 1. In your Scratch org, navigate to App Builder. 2. Create a new Lightning app or edit an existing one. 3. Drag and drop the user input component into the layout. 4. Save and activate the app. You can now view your component live in the browser. Any changes you make in your code will automatically refresh in the browser if you have live reload enabled. 4. Debugging LWC. When debugging LWC, it's important to use the browser's developer tools. Chrome and Firefox have excellent tools for debugging JavaScript code. Common debugging techniques *. 1. Console.log. Use console.log statements in your JavaScript code to track variable values and execution flow. JavaScript. Handle submit. Console.log, user input, this dot user input. This dot message equals you entered, $this dot user input. 2. Breakpoints. You can set breakpoints directly in the developer tools to pause execution and inspect variables. Open Developer Tools, F12 or right-click -inspect. Go to the Sources tab. Find your component's JavaScript file and set breakpoints. 3. Error handling. Implement error handling to catch and log any runtime errors. JavaScript. Handle submit. Try. This dot message equals you entered, $this dot user input. Catch, error. Console.error, error in handle submit, error. For LWC debug mode, ensure that debug mode is enabled for your org. This allows you to see more detailed error messages and stack traces. 5. Unit testing LWC. You can write unit tests for your LWC using the Jest framework. Here's a basic example of how to set up a test for the above component. Install Jest. In your project directory, run bash npm install save dev jest environment jsdom. Create a test file. Create a new test file user input.test.js in the __tests__ directory. JavaScript. Import create element from LWC. Import user input from c/user input. Describe, c user input, equals. After each, equals. / clean up the DOM after each test. Const element equals document.query selector, c user input. If, element. Element.remove. It, displays user input when submitted, equals. Const element equals create element, c user input. Is, user input. Document.body.append child, element. Const input equals element.shadowroot.query selector, lightning input. Input.value equals hello world. Input.dispatch event, new event, change. Const button equals element.shadowroot.query selector, lightning button. Button.click. Const message equals element.shadowroot.query selector, p. Expect, message.text content, .tobe, you entered, hello world. Run the tests. You can run your tests using the following command. Bash npm test. Conclusion. Testing and debugging LWC is an essential part of the development process. By using tools like browser developer tools, console logging, error handling, and unit testing with Jest, you can ensure your components are robust and function as expected. This tutorial gives you a solid foundation to start building and debugging your LWC applications effectively. Happy coding!